comedy game design podcast by two guys who know nothing about comedy nor game design. I'm Trevor Scott, and with me, as always, is Ben Slinger.
Hello, hello, hello.
Continuing on the classic click pitch wagon, we're going to play a game where we each have a random word generator in front of us. On the count of 3, 2, 1, click. We're going to get a single noun. We're going to take those words. We're going to throw them at each other. We're going to come up with a game design cake and mix up our metaphors.
Yes. It's more like a game design. I feel like it's more like a game design pizza. Like we throw the dough up in the air.
Need some sauce.
Throw some toppings on.
Speaking of sauce, 3, 2, 1, click. Contraception.
Hernia.
Ooh, okay.
This is a very medical,
heavy, random.
Yeah.
Sure, it wasn't actually in the last game. It was in the last episode. It was in the episode before. But this is all being recorded on the same night. So,
well, but just even contraception and a hernia, I feel like, they're both to do around
medical
bodily functions, medical kind of thing.
I mean, nothing's going to stop you from having sex more than a hernia, because it hurts.
It's a method of contraception, I suppose.
Yeah, being injured is a massive method of contraception.
I mean, so is death, coma,
abstinence.
That doesn't work.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess
I don't know why I brought it up.
I guess technically it works, but if you manage to achieve it.
Yeah, but the problem is it doesn't stop you from wanting to have sex. Whereas death, coma, and hernia definitely does stop you from.
Well, this stops the physical act.
Yeah.
I think this is a 3 to 1 click, maybe.
Yeah, this is a 3 to 1 click mode, but I'm actually going to keep it in the episode because, I don't know, people may find that funny.
We'll see.
Fond.
I mean, yeah. Discouragement.
Ooh. I've got fond memories of the discouragement that you...
Fondly discouraging you from being near me. Okay. I mean, what would you discourage someone from doing? Because it's a very soft word.
Anytime
forbidding it.
Anytime someone gets reminiscent, you got to shut that shit down right now.
Okay. Some sort of sci-fi sort of thing then where nostalgia and memories have some sort of effect on the world.
Yes. Shut that shit down.
Yeah. So there's thought police making sure you don't remember back too far or too fondly.
There's only one weekend a year in which everyone is allowed to get nostalgic.
Yeah, it's called the Purge. Purge all of those memories.
And what actually happens is you say all those memories into a thing, and then you go into, a nostalgia coma or nostalgioma. You're not allowed to be nostalgic.
Yeah. They call it the happy sleep.
Yeah. Ooh, you run a speakeasy.
Okay, a Thinkeasy.
Where basically you allow people to during the year
to reminisce.
Okay, for a Thinkeasy, what would be the front? I've got it. It's an Apple store.
It's an Apple store. Why?
Genius bar. Genius thinking.
Okay. Yeah, okay, I see. Apple stores are traditionally very open spaces. I feel like it would be very obvious. I guess it depends. How do people determine, what is the method? Okay, let's have a think about what is the effect. Why is this a fascist society where they just don't want you remembering things fondly because
Because then you realize that
better times.
You'll realize it's better back then than what it is now. Because
so it's very much a natural sort of thought police situation. Do they have a way of of detecting then that you have a certain tone to your memories?
I think
nostalgia meters.
Yeah, nostalgiometers.
Nostalgiometers. Yeah, there you go. That's a better. Yeah.
There's basically someone has created a technology that, can detect like nostalgia because there's a pheromone that you give off.
If you're being smell-based thing. Okay.
Yeah, I think
that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. It's chemical, like your brain.
It's a chemical thing in your brain, and it gives off very like trace elements of a particular, particular pheromone. And so the Thinkeasies then have ways to mask that in some way. They
it's just an air freshener.
As you walk in,
they spray mortine in the air.
As you walk in, they put like one of the Christmas tree things around your neck, like the car air freshener things.
Yeah, it's so low tech.
Yeah, like you can't forget to take it off though, because that's a dead giveaway that you've been to a Thinkeasy.
Exactly. You smell like pine, you're fucked.
And in fact, like there's a secondary kind of prohibition going on where they're banning air fresheners.
Yeah.
And so it becomes harder and harder for these.
Yeah.
Even the act of having them.
To cover it, you basically everyone chain smokes on the way out just to, get that cigarette smoke over the top of it.
Well, that's an interesting thing, actually. In a world where the fascist society is relying so much on smell, very trace smells, I feel like anything masking, would be made illegal. Like you have to have showered with scentless, like when you can't use soap, you have to be clean.
Ooh.
But you can't use any sort of scented anything.
It's sonic based, like cleansing.
Oh, you have to take a sonic shower, like
sonic showers.
Star Trek Federation technology.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I love that.
Just vibrates the dirt off you.
Exactly. You got to wear earplugs when you go in there because it turns out they play like Miley Cyrus really fucking loud.
It's not because of the actual sonic waves with the shower; it's the music they play. The shower's harmless.
You really want a deep clean? Wrecking Ball at 11.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, you're saying the source of the sonic vibrations is the music. I thought you were saying
the music.
It was incidental.
No. It's like you want everything to vibrate really, really fast.
Yeah, okay.
Megadeth. Like just crank it.
Something with some, double kick pedal going hard. Yeah.
Yeah, but you got to be very, very careful with some of the songs because it can if it's, around heartbeat sort of levels, you can
resonate
out of phase with your heart, and
and it actually reprograms your heart,
cause a heart attack. Yeah. So sonic showers with Miley Cyrus is,
that's the standard. That's your baseline.
That's your standard. That's your baseline. That's how
you end up clean.
Minimum level of cleanliness is a wrecking ball.
Is a wrecking ball. This is the shorthand for it.
Yeah, I got wrecked last night.
No, officer, I got wrecked last night. I'm fine. Like, I don't know what you're detecting on me, but
Yeah. Hang on. How do you know about that song? You're supposed to be wearing your earplugs. Have you been getting nostalgic?
Bring out the nostalgiometers.
Yeah, it's kind of like Geiger counters where they can detect.
Yeah. Well, because again, it's detecting these trace pheromones, so it's the rate that it detects them. Close to your.
Okay, so we kind of now know a little bit more about this world.
Yeah,
you're running this Thinkeasy, in which you're allowing people to. Oh, you get in there. Old Simpsons episodes on seasons 2 to 12.
12. Yeah. Okay.
Just random episodes, like the good seasons, nostalgia, like straight away, the second that you get in there.
Yep, photo albums of like the before times. Classic photo albums with your little, your plastic sheets over the top and your sticky pages, Polaroids.
What's even
music playing.
Weird is like, you even get nostalgic. They've got that one little poster of President Trump in the corner, but you still get nostalgic for those times.
Even for those times, because it's so much worse now.
It's so much worse now.
Fucking President DeSantis in the office.
Okay.
Now we live in the United States of Florida. We're still in Australia. Like,
we're still in Australia. They took over the world.
Yeah. Oh my God! Don't even bring that idea into.
It's a thing that happened in this world. It's been 50 years of DeSantis, and it's just like,
yep. Every Christmas, DeSantis Claus comes.
DeSanta.
DeSanta Claus. Ron DeSanta Claus. But he just brings his fucking army, his police force in to make sure you're more guns. Not actually
they just give you guns,
just stockings full of
guns and violence. and you're not allowed to be gay anymore. And no abortions. Like, they took that shit away a long time ago. Don't get nostalgic about it, because you will be arrested and taken for re-education.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's when they give you a sonic shower, but they play
for some reason music, Ugly Kid Joe.
Sure.
The cat's in the
weird, because nobody's nostalgic about that. They play Kid Rock. Because nobody's nostalgic about that music. 3, 2, 1, click. Fucking.
That was so fucking good, though.
It went dark.
It went dark, but fuck, Thinkeasy. And I think that may be
I like that. That's fun.
That may be the name of the episode. Thinkeasy.
Feudalism.
Stirring.
Ooh.
Stirring the pot of feudalism.
Stirring feudalism. All right. What's the definition?
I mean, feudal Japan, I sort of think,
Okay, so feudalism in general is when you've got, the people who live on the land, like your serfs, live on the land, like whoever owns the land, they, give them their labor and goods and things.
Yeah.
Notionally in exchange for military protection. So it's essentially shaking them down.
Yeah, it's it's the government coming by as like, hey, pay me with the protection money, and then
basically,
hey, pay me in donuts. And it's just Don Homer.
Don Homer. So is this like a modern feudalist society then, or like a future feudalist society of some sort?
I like the idea that no one actually owns any of the land. It's all government owned, right?
Okay, so it's like a government dictated feudalism where
everyone, you work and in return you get a piece of land that you can call home, but that's it.
I mean, is that that's sort of communism in a way? It's the government that owns everything, and then
isn't it kind of what is happening right now, where technically the government can come at any time and take you fucking home?
But it's more. I mean, yeah,
you're not paying for it though. You work your day and all this sort of stuff, and it's sort of one of those societies in which you're given everything you need to eat and sleep, and as long as you put your 8 hours in.
Right. I mean, that sounds okay, depending on the level of luxury that your basic needs are met by.
And the level of luxury that the people at the top are living by. As long as they're living by the same level of luxury, then that's okay.
I mean, then, I think
otherwise, there's a capitalist sitting at the top of it and capitalizing on all the people underneath.
Well, this is the problem. So,
because capitalism fucks over everyone.
I'm not sure where how is this? I'm not sure that is feudalism. Then is the problem. So if we are going with feudalism, where does the stirring come in? Maybe this is.
It comes in by me going 3, 2, 1, click, and fuck that game.
We went too deep on political systems.
Yes, trap.
Brewery.
A
brewery trap.
Oh, you got to stop all those nasty alcoholics from breaking in and drinking free beer.
Well, I was more actually wondering, is this what are you brewing here with that you need to trap? You're having to find capture the ingredients for whatever substance you're brewing up.
Okay,
because it could be like a fantastical sort of world. where you're brewing potions or brewing,
ooh.
fantasy coffee from the little sentient beings that run.
There's something about trapping little magical beings for your beings for your magical coffee beans. Like,
yes,
I do like a fantasy coffee, fantasy Starbucks.
I was trying to think of a good pun.
Fantasy Gloria Jeans. So, Glorious Gloria, she's got this amazing fantasy coffee bar,
and her partner JJ.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Has JJ been a thing here, or is that in Canada?
I think it's Canada.
Okay. Anyway,
and their good friend Tim Hortons.
Yeah. No, Tim Hortons. They're like their rival.
Starbucks.
That's their rival.
Tim Hortons and Starbucks.
Buck it's
Buck Stardom.
Stardom. Yeah.
Yeah. I think they're like the two big rivals.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
So Glorious Gloria, she's making all this fantastical coffee, and she's found that like different traps and will catch different like magical beings. Like you can catch fairies and different things, and if you let them go, they pay you in like magical beans, which can be turned into coffee.
So you don't grind. So we're not talking about coffee.
We're
beans.
not talking about grind. We're not
grinding
talking
up
about
coffee beans. So you capture the coffee beans and they pay you in coffee beans.
Yes.
So you're essentially like, what's the word? It's not blackmailing them. You're like extorting them out of beans by or maybe you are blackmail. Like maybe you're like capturing their fucking kids and their family members, and then they pay you in the beans to let them go. Just ransoming them off.
Glorious Gloria is, she's like, oh, I'm so nice and all this sort of stuff. She goes down to her basement and is like, shut the fuck up.
She's just got these cages of magical beings.
It's like, your fucking families will be here soon with their fucking magical beans.
The beans are also sentient.
So I can make some more fucking coffee. Shut the fuck up. Oh, my coffee is magical and all this sort of bullshit. Okay. So you've got your whole thing is that's the background of the thing.
Yeah.
You play like the new assistant to Gloria, who's coming up with the new traps.
Right, you're having to capture these different. Yeah, you've got a book, or you've got dossiers on the different types of creatures out there, and you're coming up with ways to capture them and improving the traps and things.
The twist is, towards the end of the game, you find out that you are actually 70 fairies in a flesh suit.
Who you yourself are, and you've infiltrated Gloria to shut down the whole operation. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Very heroically. Yeah.
And so, it's one of those things of it's an unreliable narrator, where,
it flashes back to all the different scenes that you had to show
when you could actually see, there was a fairy behind the eye and all this sort of stuff.
Yeah. And the fact that you were actually negotiating,
and the skin was rippling and shit.
You had provided all the beans to the family so that they could, get their family members back. They were all in on it.
It turns out that the coffee beans were never magical. They were all just like cat shit.
Sure. Is it because it's those cats that eat the beans and shit them out? Right. Is that where you came from? Yeah, okay.
That's where my mind went. And then it's just
whatever. It's just actual shit.
It shattered out. Yeah. My brain shut out the fact that there was cat shit.
3, 2, 1, click.
Thickness.
60th
thickness. Ooh, a 60th of a millimeter. Like it's
a 60th of a millimeter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is like the thinnest thing that that you can
still like be a structure of some sort. Like
Yeah, basically,
sound.
this is how thin you can make things now, and the idea is that this new material is super, super strong.
Oh, maybe this is some sort of like 3D printing mechanic.
Yeah,
and like that's
it's got liquid metal
of the layer that it puts down. It's essentially putting
It's like this liquid metal sort of stuff, or this polymer that is as strong as metal, and it's
So what sort of gameplay could come out of having to like 3D print things in particular, like maybe learning new designs or.
I kind of, for some reason, I kind of like the idea of, you run like this shop and you 3D print things for people.
Yeah.
But you come in one night and something's gone wrong with like some of the designs, like as in, they've been deformed in some way.
Okay. I like that mystery idea. I like the idea that you come in and a build is going on the machine that you didn't start, and it's going to take like a week or something, like some intense, and you can't stop it because it'll like
no.
That means you have to reconfigure the whole machine, and like it's expensive.
That's 2 weeks. Like it's either you've got a week of not being out, or the recalibration, which for a fact that it takes 2 weeks because that was the tutorial. The tutorial was literally all about configuring the system.
Yeah,
And
so I think then like there's this mystery of not knowing what is coming, but it's slowly being revealed day by day as it gets built up layer by layer.
60th of a millimeter by 60th of a millimeter.
And so in the meantime, you've got your other printers running. You're still going about your day-to-day business, but
everyone wants it. All the orders are piling up for this new material.
Big printer, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's like the only one that can do that material or something. Yeah.
Okay. It turns out that if you look on the bulletin boards, like you find your modem and you connect, everyone's machine is printing right now.
Oh, that's cool. I like that mix of modem core. Is that what there's a,
Yeah. It's 80s and today's technology.
Yeah, it's mixed like
together.
The internet hasn't progressed beyond BBSs, but we've got stuff like super intense 3D printing. That's cool. Yeah, you start to find out that everyone's printers are printing, and you're trying to figure out, like, you're trying to compare because you don't have the designs that they're printing from, so everyone's just observing
and it's
them.
encrypted. It's encrypted so that you
you can't break in to see what it's printing. The only thing you can do is see what has been printed so far by visibly observing it. And you're trying to compare with these people across.
You take a photo and it slowly goes up 60th by a millimeter, 60th of a millimeter.
The photo loads just as slow as the printer's going because of the shitty internet.
A little bit faster. It's pixel by pixel. So, it's like,
it's actually, if you time that well, that'd be a good joke though, of like, send me the picture. I can't wait for this thing to print. It's taking so long. And then, the picture starts loading line by line. That's great.
It's literally going across like this. It's a little bit faster than the normal thing.
You still do get it in 30 seconds, but it's long enough that it.
You see it load from the bottom and you don't know what it is until you see the top.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder what it could be. and
then it's just like, it's the same thing or something. No, but I think most people, some people, a bunch of people's printers are printing one sort of design, but then some other people are printing another one. And it's that some intelligence or something has taken over them all to build some device, that it's going to need to be constructed or something.
Yeah, so there's something about having this substance that is being used has been brought out by the makers of this new printer and all this sort of stuff, but they haven't actually announced what it actually is.
Yeah,
and I like the idea that it's actually either found deep under the ground.
Well, I think it's
something primordial.
Or it's something that's just happens to be, like resonant on a universal frequency or something that essentially allows it to be detected by, like, it's these aliens from light years. Like, I'm almost picturing the movie Contact or the book Contact, where they send plans for you to build a thing to communicate with them.
Fuck yeah!
That this is almost like it's that sort of thing. It's that they've taken over the things.
Yeah, that's even better than the idea that I had. So that's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
I love that idea.
They've essentially detected, you know, the use or the ordered layers of this material to show, oh, there's an intelligent society here, and they've that's cool.
I kind of like the idea that, you know, maybe this material is like a material that's seeded all over the galaxy, and it's like when you know a civilization is, you know, advanced enough to actually dig down and get at this stuff,
or at least figure out how to, like, maybe it's in certain configurations it increases this resonance across the, you know, the universe essentially that can then be detected. That's cool. So now I'm picturing this now as a mix between like a desktop game, essentially. I don't know a better way to put that.
With doing some investigations, that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
as well as
like you've got messages coming in, you've got pictures and stuff, but it's you spend most of the game sitting at your desk. You can look around to your different printers, you can use your computer, you can maybe make phone calls. Like, it's a bit of that sort of thing.
And you've also got a little bit of PC building simulator in there, and the fact that, you know, you're taking orders for people and you know,
right, you're still running your business essentially, and
choosing when to actually put certain things into the printers so that you can maximize printing time and not the reset up, because you know, this person wanted, you know, something in red and then something in purple and then something in blue. You're going to hit out all the reds first so that you can then, you know.
Yeah, I think there's just a little bit
time.
Of sort of puzzly plate spinning gameplay a bit that's going on there. But as the mystery starts to build up, you know, that kind of goes down to
takes
background level, and now it's more about the investigation and messages coming in and stuff.
You can keep it up as much as you want, but, you know, your business is going to suffer if you don't do it. But if you figure out the mystery really quickly, like,
and I mean, there's going to be narrative beats that we want to put in there around the mystery and stuff too. But I think there are, you're searching through bulletin board, like message boards and, you know, file systems and things, connecting to different BBSs and.
Oh yeah.
You've just got a bunch of numbers in your little book.
You pull the big handset out and you put that onto the
the modem,
onto the modem, and, you know, it does pulse dialing or whatever to go out. You know, it's all rotary technology still.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I still can't believe that Pulse is where they, you know, somehow Pulse actually worked.
It's a cool technology, really. Like,
it's fucking nuts. Like, you don't have to let the 9 go all the way back around. You can go 9, and, like, before it's even, you know, gone all the way back, you can just do that again somehow, and it knows what fucking numbers you did. You never had to let it go all the way back. It's fucking clever.
I miss the old rotary phones. They were just fun to dial with.
Yeah.
Cool. Do we have time for one more?
Very quick one. Quick. 3 to 1. 3 to 1 quick. 3 to 1 click. 3 to 1 quick. No. Fuck no. Fucking communism.
Okay. Goldsmith.
Misprint. It's DLC for that last game.
Yeah.
3 to 1 click.
Especially with Goldsmith as well. Like, it's a different material.
Here we go. This is a better word.
Oh, come on. Bricklayer.
Phenomena.
All right. Well, I mean, we could do a different. We had a brick game that we've done tonight. I think that was last episode. But
yeah, it was last episode. So your character is a bricklayer, and they experience a phenomenon.
Tetris-y sort of game. Yeah, go on.
Yeah. Okay. Match 3.
Match 3 bricks.
And if they match,
It's essentially it's a match 3 game. You have to figure out how to build a wall without matching because it's gonna like make them disappear and turn into fucking like candy or something.
Because the phenomena in this world is if 3 things are together,
if any 3 things.
You do realise that we have done this game before. We have actually talked about this exact same thing where you put 3 cans on a shelf and it just disappears.
And it disappears.
So it's within the same world.
It's in the same world, but you're trying to build a wall. Yeah.
So it's all about designing puzzles that don't immediately go off. But the idea is that you're building a wall and going, okay, so if I put a red, blue, and green brick here, I can't.
Fine, but oh shit, no, if I put a red one there, then it's going to be 3 in a row that way.
But so I don't have enough green bricks like left. I'm going to get three reds in a row no matter what I do.
You have to sometimes combine them because it makes different coloured. Like if you combine 3 red bricks, you get a green brick or something, but a single green brick. So you have to figure out which ones I need to combine to make something. So it
is a bit of a match 3 game, but it's just showing that like you want within the time limit, you got to put down as many bricks as you can, and you got to limit as to how many bricks you can put down.
Well, maybe I think to me it feels more like a puzzle game of like you have to make a wall reach a certain height. Or something, but you've got like a starting set of bricks and you have to sort of know the formulas of, okay, well, I can match these 3 because then that's going to give me the green brick I need here to separate these yellow bricks.
Yep.
So that I can keep building it higher. But, I need this other color. Yeah, it's about learning the formulas to figure out what matches you do want to do to avoid all the other matches you don't accidentally want to do.
So I like the idea that, this is just normal for you being the bricklayer.
Yeah,
like this is
just the world you live in.
It's just the world that you live in. You go home and, your wife's putting the soup out and it's like she goes to put the spoon in the drawer and it's like, no. Put a fork in between. Otherwise we lose it again like we did last time.
And now, Billy, Millie, and Lily, everyone come in here, but don't stand next to each other. You're identical triplets. We can't have you. We don't want you to disappear into a puff of smoke.
Again.
Like the last set of triplets we had.
God damn it. I hate the fact
that's where Johnny came from. They just turned into Johnny.
Gay. Hey, g'day. It's like he's just sitting drinking a glass of milk. It's like
all right. That's all we have time for tonight. If you'd like to find all of our previous episodes, go to podchaser.com/bitstorm. Shoot us a review. Let us know what alien mechanism has been printed on your 3D printer.
Mine was surprisingly a copy of Containment Failure by Kuridas, and it contained the song Mount Defiance, which we happen to use at the start and end of each of our episodes. So that was really lucky.
Cool. I want to sort of message the aliens they're trying to send.
We'll never know. There's a band with super rock powers.
Yeah, so that's right. So thank you again for joining us this week on Bitstorm. I'm Ben Slinger.
I'm Trevor Scott. What was on yours, Ben? Your 3D printer?
It was some coffee beans. And
nice.
I turned them into coffee beans. So,
okay,
yeah. Bye.
Bye.
We never say bye. We said bye. All right.